please raise the hand, and we would really request you all to be with us for our the sloka chanting. Every day we will chant Damodara Ashtakam also, and I request you all to participate. You can give your names in the chat box. You can just put okay. Before we begin today, I request you all that be with us for the whole journey, and don't leave Krishna, don't leave Bhagavad Gita, because we are diving in, and every day we are having the nectar, we are enjoying the bliss. Ask any questions, n number of questions, and you have the answers in Bhagavad Gita. So let's begin with the invocation prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Chalakya Sakshara Unmilidana Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasavadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Our prayers, gratitude, and all our obeisance, respects to Radha Govinda deities here, you can all see. And Mangalore ISKCON temple, we would like to show our gratitude, and including Namanishta Prabhu and our Prabhupada, who has brought this, and the another instrument is ISKCON Mangalore, because we are all combined, all our souls would have had some connections. That's how we are here today, and welcome you all. And today the fourth day of this journey, and anybody can unmute and let me know what was the travel till now. Yesterday I had given those third day answers for those questions, and if you have any doubt, anything, once we finish, we will have an interactive session, question answer session. And if you find the overloaded some postings what our admin or Pradesh Prabhu posts, and you can just send it to your mail and you can refer it later on, and make sure that you are with us. You can ask the questions in the group also, because the group is open, and so you can put the questions there, it will be answered. Okay, so the doubts and the clarifications that what Arjuna Bhagavan himself is speaking is the only one source where we have all the answers for all our, we are all conditioned souls here. We came here, it was our desire, we came. So ultimate goal, although by doing all the activities, ultimate goal is for the liberation of the soul, because Krishna is waiting. We all have to go to Vaikuntha, Goloka, and do services there. But of course, without being active here, we cannot reach, we cannot really get the ultimate goal. We cannot reach Krishna. But in memory, in remembrance, the way the gopis were doing. Okay, what happened till now? Till now, we finished 3 chapters. Although this is all a glimpse, like 18 days, we cannot finish Bhagavad Gita. You all know we just select few shlokas and we are reading it in such a sense that you are with us, we are with you. Okay, let's let's start. Can anybody tell me what happened till yesterday? What was the first chapter's name? Anyone?
Ashtadhya Yoga.
First chapter name. Vishad Yoga.
Vishad Yoga.
Vishad Yoga. So all grief and pain. Okay. What was the second chapter?
Ma'am, Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga. Very good. Then what about third chapter? Karma Yoga. Good. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Karma Yoga. So we have just seen Karma Yoga in the 3rd chapter. Okay. So karma doing with Krishna consciousness is what is will be followed, like in the 5th chapter. So the first 6 is like all karma, karma, karma. In between, it's like, sandwich in between all your cream and your jam and your fruits, everything. That is bhakti. Then jnana. But everything follows here and there. Like Krishna tries to give a lot of messages, information, understanding, knowledge, that we gain those knowledge and grasp, and then finally we make the decisions. That is how we will be going. So my screen has stopped, is it? Okay. Now we get into this. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. Yes, this is what we saw yesterday. The renunciation, so he's asking, Ekam Vada, please tell me one thing. Then we also saw Nishkama Karma Yoga. We'll go a little more in detail. Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. So it said lead by example. And so who's the greatest enemy? All our senses and all our, how do we control the senses? This is what we had just a glimpse of it yesterday. We'll go a little more in detail today. So Nishkama Karma is what, it's advisable. Selfless or desireless action is an action, and the central tenet of Karma Yoga path to liberation. Nishkama, like without any expectations. Then Sakama Karma means to act selfishly or with some personal gain and self-interest in mind. Vikarma is like, no action, which refers to actions not sanctioned by the scriptures. It's nothing. It's not written anywhere. It is not, correct also. And no scriptures have given, but still a lot of unwanted things happens. People do. Akarma means inaction or refraining from action. And the Gita explains this as an action in inaction. It's a very tough thing, and this is achieved by realized soul alone. Our Nityananda Prabhu, all Mahatmas are akarma. They don't do anything, but then they do everything. So action in action. So both to go simultaneously. Let's see how it happens. So today's chapter is Jnana Yoga, transcendental knowledge. We have been getting knowledge from the day one. Why this is separate, Jnana Yoga. Anything by the name you can understand, and you can let me know what is transcendent, what is the difference between normal, the knowledge that we get, and then why do we say it is Jnana Yoga? It is transcendental knowledge. Any difference?
Ma'am, this is the knowledge, I think, that wakes you up from the mode of ignorance to the active state from where you go towards the self-realization.
Beautiful. So the jnana, that the knowledge that we get, in the school, in the colleges, and we studying, it's all for like skills building. It's all for you to make, it empowers you. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have any value. It empowers you to do some critical thinking, creative thinking. But the connection with the bliss, with the Satchidananda, with the spiritual soul, with the soul, super soul, happens only with the jnana, that is transcendental knowledge. That's what we are going to learn today. So, and it is through this only. So it's a deeper and deeper. You see how it is. You get into this. I'm always saying from the day one, let's dive into, get interior, go into in detail. In level 2 and all, we'll go in detail, level 2, level 3. So it goes on, because we have not been, every word has so much of significance because it's spoken by Bhagavan. Okay, who's going to read the shlokas today? Vaishnavi Mataji, I'm seeing Ishtita Chandrasekhar Prabhu or Mataji. Anybody, unmute. I'm happy that you're all with us, and I will tell the number of the shlokas also. We don't have so many, but we still have around 10-15 of them. So 4.1 now. Can anybody unmute and read the shloka? If you have the book also, you can keep the book. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Yashika Mataji, will you unmute? Or Vaishnavi Mataji? Who's going to? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Shri Bhagavanu Vach Imang Vivaswate Yong Praktavan Ham Vyayam Vivaswan Swan Manve Praha Manurishwa Kave
Bravit. Thank you, Mataji. You can all join 2:30 p.m. itself. We'll make you, like I recite and I make you to, chant behind. So that is, if you have time, we would really welcome you all to join. Thank you. Okay, the blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind. And Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. So it's been coming almost 120 million years. It's not that, he just spoke 5,000 years back to Arjuna. That is the beauty. So it was told to Vivaswan, the sun god, Vivaswan, and then instructed it to Manu, and then Manu to Ikshvaku. You remember Ikshvaku Vamsh? Who is Ikshvaku Vamsh? Do you remember? Have you heard Ikshvaku? From that Raghuvansh, so in Treta, Ikshvaku Vansh is the predecessor of who? Rama. So it's been coming like that, 120 million years. So how it's been given? Krishna is giving to Vivaswan to Manu to Ikshvaku. So every yuga, it is spoken. Yes, second shloka, 4.2. Vaishnavi Mataji, would you like to chant? Okay, you unmute and raise your hand. Okay, if anybody is willing, unmute and just start reading. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduho sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession. It has to come like that. And the saintly king understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. That is, as it is means the way it should be given, the way Bhagavan gave, so somewhere it gets lost. Nabamita, Prabhu or Na Mataji. Next. You're seeing the succession. Okay, so we have all these are paramparas. Krishna is spoken, Krishna is understood. Madhavacharya, Ramanujacharya, then Vishnu Swami, Nimbarkacharya, even so Advaita philosophy, Dvaita philosophy, Vyashishta Advaitam, these are all philosophy. But ultimate goal is the same. So we are into now Madhavacharya, that is Gaudiya Math. You're seeing Krishna, Brahma, Narada, you're seeing all those. 32nd is Prabhupada. So you are seeing that, how when it comes in succession, when it's spoken and it comes as it is is very important. So Ramanujacharya, Deshigar, Mahadeshigar, that parampara also has got all these bhashyam. Bhashyam means the translation of whatever in Devanagari, in Sanskritam, whatever scripts are there, it has been translated, it has been advised, and that Guru Parampara. So when it comes in succession, what happens is it doesn't get lost. Okay, so somewhere it is lost and now it's been taken over. Now, if you see 4 Kumars, that is Sanat Kumaras. So through them, Nimbarkacharya. Then here from Shiva, it is Vishnu Swami. So these paramparas go ahead. Shankaracharya believes in ekam phalam. So we will not get into too much detail into the philosophy, but this is how. So this Madhavacharya is through Gaudiya Mat. So there are Mat also. These acharyas give us as it is. The one who raised the hand, Namabika, Mataji or Prabhu, unmute and read. So then, Arjuna had a question. How is it possible? You are my friend. How is it like you are my contemporary? How do you say that you are my contemporary? So it's 4.6. So he's asking, how is it possible that you are my contemporary? So, are you there? You raised the hand, but then you left. Okay. So these are all calculations, but then you just remember this much, that 120 million years ago, Bhagavad Gita was spoken and it is still spoken. Okay, Kali Yuga, if you see, we will go from the below, the last table. This table, this PowerPoint slides has been already always posted. So count and calculate and do a lot of research. Do enjoy doing the research and calculations, because you will be having some stuff to to tell people how old is Sanatana Dharma, how our scriptures are so old, how our scriptures speak about our way of life, the way we have to live, how healthy, wealthy, or that emotional well-being and spiritual connection. So Kali Yuga is if you keep multiplying, keep doubling it, 432,000 years, and then 864 here. Okay, then Treta Yuga. So we have Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, and this keeps repeating. We'll go back to Satyuga. And so the calculations, I'm not going to be reading it out now, but then the explanation will be done once you calculate and get back. Okay, you are going to explain it to me, because right now, if we get into this karma, the karma, akarma, nishkama karma, and karma kanda, karma yoga will somewhere that time will become shorter, but it is all there. Please read. And from Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Krishna was there. Now we are in Kali Yuga, 5,000 years already passed. Okay, these are all again the manmantras. So when we have a puja at home, we say this manmantra, Bharata Yuga, Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kande, this Yuga, this many years. So this is the most important thing. Gita spoken 120 million years ago to Vivaswan. That's where Arjuna gets, what? You are my friend, you are my contemporary, how come? So, so all these yugas, you're seeing that 4 yugas together, then, okay, how does Krishna appear? The one who raised the hand, where is she? Where is he? 4.6. Who's going to read? 4.6.
Ma'am, I can read.
Yeah, please. Ajopi.
Ajo api san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhishtyaya sambhavami atmamayayah.
So although I'm unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates. And although I'm the Lord of all sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. You will always see Krishna at the age of 25. Although he lived for 120 years in this, he can descend in fraction of a second. So he's there if you think of him. So, but his body is always transcendental. That means it never deteriorates. It's imperishable. Okay, so ultimate. You will not find any old Krishna and all. Okay, he came here because his devotees, we all wanted, Uma Devi wanted to, that we will see why so how does Krishna appear? He appears with 4 hands. This is the original form. and he is not formless. He is with the form. And within you, as an Antaryami, he is only this much, but with 4 hands, Shankha Chakra. You will see a lot of Satyanarayana photos also like this. But then Devaki got scared. She said, no, 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 come like a small child only, okay? So this is all Sankalpa Matra. Sankalpa Matra means not that he was there and as a fetus for 9 months. No, it's all his Maya. That also he created, okay? So when does Krishna appear? This shloka you would have all read. And what is this image? When does he appear? When does he come? Anyone? When does he come? Yada yada hi dharmasya. You would have heard all in Mahabharata. Yes, Yashika.
Whenever,
Yashika Mataji.
Yes, ma'am. When adharma is at its peak, then Krishna comes.
Yes. Yes, when adharma is at the peak. So what is happening in this image?
Adharma, like they're killing people.
Devaki, his own sister. He is ready to. So when he hears, like, some the sound says, like, the Devaki's son is going to be your, he is going to kill you. Immediately he is ready to kill his own sister. So yada yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham. So whenever and wherever there is a decline in a religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I designed myself. So we know when he is going to come. And why does Krishna appear? So these 2 shlokas are very, very important. Yada yada hi dharmasya and paritranaya sadhana. So you can anybody, anything, you get that feeling of, oh, where is Krishna? When is he going to come? And why does he appear? This is there. Yes, Rajshekar Prabhu. You can read. You can chant this, Paritranaya.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge.
So he comes for dharma establishment, dharma samsthapanarthaya, vinashaya dushkritam. Sadhunam, he will, those who are devotees, he will try to protect. And dushkritams, those who are, the vikarmis, those who are there, who are the devils for all of us, that is asuras. So in order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium. He keeps coming, he descends. Okay, this is a very important shloka. What is that benefit of knowing Krishna? What is the benefit? Why should we know Krishna? We know he comes like this. We know this is how he comes. And we know why he comes. So what is the benefit for us? Okay, 4.9, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am. Janma karma cha me divyam ivam yo vetti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjunaha.
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, Arjuna. So what is the benefit? If we know the original form, if we understand, if we do devotional services, if we are with him, if we are always, like yesterday, I have sent one of the answer. If you had time to read, you would have seen that mukhve, like, we go to the temple, the legs are meant to go to the temple, the mouth is for chanting his mantras, the hands are for doing his archana. So all our sensor organs are, get diverted towards Krishna. Then, and those who understand him, knowing him, and doing services for him, even chanting like this is a small service. Why I want to make you all to do it with me, along with me. I just want little contribution there. Contribution in the sense everybody has to get involved. So these are all services. If I cannot take the whole this thing, this is an interactive session. That's why I just want each one of you to give little, whatever you want to read English translation. I'm okay with it. So those who know the benefit is ultimate goal of attaining him. Then you are not into the cycle of birth and death. So we have 4 defects. One is the birth, of course, growing up, old age, disease, and death. These are all 4. You cannot deny this happens. Okay. So how to come out of it? We have been nourishing this body. We go to the gym, we do everything for nourishing the body. That food these days, organic food, this food. But then where are we? How are we nourishing the soul? Do we really nourish the soul? So that is what we need to think. Nourishing the soul is more important. Even if that importance has not been perceived or achieved, or even, the perception of that knowledge is not there, but thinking that I need to nourish my soul also, that knowledge itself will make you to create a path. And once you hold Krishna, it is he who is going to uplift you. So liberation is possible only then. That realization has to take place. Yes. So has anybody in history able to understand Krishna? We have, if you have read Bhakta Vijayam, there are so many. I mean, we have said Surdas, we have seen all the Alvars in Ramanujacharya Parampara. If you see the Alvars, if you have heard, I don't know, the 12 Alvars, they've all realized how they have seen, they have realized, they have enjoyed his bliss, and they have recited, they have written poems after poems and in his glory. And we have seen Meera. You have heard Meera, right? So in Maharashtra also. So in Kali Yuga itself, somebody was asking, Kali Yuga, did people realize, did it realize the presence? Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Vitaraga.
Yes, ma'am. 4.10.
Mm.
Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo gyan tapasa puta matbhavam agataha.
So being freed from attachment, fear, and anger. Somebody was asking, freed from fear. That fear will not come. Being fully absorbed in me and taking a refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. Okay, so when freed from attachment means, it doesn't mean that you get detached totally and you go away. No, keep doing your prescribed duty without any expectations, without any, that frustration and anger will not set in. So without any expectations, when you keep doing your duty, it's my duty. I'm doing it for Krishna. If you start thinking, I, me, these are all false ego. There's nothing called I. I never did anything. It is his direction and he is doing it. It is his wish, his will. And I have free will to choose too, but then still I am doing it because it is being asked by him. So then, what happens? We get this. Vitaraga Vayakroda Manmayamam Upasrita. That means without having that attachment, fear, and anger. So fully absorbed in him. We are not. Anybody? Okay. So when you are getting fully involved in him, what does that mean? That is, anything and everything you do, just arpan. Arpan is sacrifice. Do everything for him only. It is in his name. Okay. So that is a difficult part, but with abhyasa, with regular practice, you will be able to do it. And I request you all to be ready. Those who are able to chant, you can practice and keep. Maybe, anybody can be asked to chant, and here in the temple, 700 shlokas are chanted every Ekadashi. Ekadashi is very important. Please read about Ekadashi. It's, of course, it's a system to be cleansed, but then, moksha prapti. 11th day from full moon, 11th day from new moon. That is Ekadashi, 11th day. So what happens? We don't eat grains. So the fasting day, that day Bhagavad Gita is chanted in the shlok, in the temple. When I was hearing Rajshekhar Prabhu, I know, once you practice, you'll be able to chant in the temple. It's also again Zoom only. So be ready, keep practicing. It'll be very nice, good experience. Yeah. So they were asking, do people have been like that? Yes, the 12 Mahajans whom we know, Brahma, Shambhu, Shuka Maharaj, Vedavyas' son, then Prahlada, Narada, Janaka, then Kumaras, Kapila, Swayambhuva, Bhishma, Bali, Yama. They're all Mahajans. They've all realized, they've all seen, they've been with him. So I'll just quickly tell about Shuka Maharaj, Vedavyas' son. You would have heard, he was just for 12 years, he didn't come out of the fetus. So Narada had to come and request Vedavyasa wanted. And Vedavyasa is a great saint, whom we got, is also one of the Avesh Avatara. So Avesh Avatara, small particles, sparks of Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana, Krishna, you may call. But then, that part, we are all part and particles. We are all spick, we are all sparks. So now he is such a saint. So both of them, father and son, are walking, and he is in his bliss. Okay. So the son is, the father is calling Shuka, Shuka. Then the tree, in the jungle, while passing on, the trees, the birds, everybody says yes, yes, yes. The answering. Why? Because he is one with the entity, with all living entities, all those species. So he considers everything as the same. You will see in the in next few slides that one who considers even an ant, like Jadabharadara on the first day, because of the ant, he was moving, shaking the palanquins of that Maharaja. So that sort of feeling towards every living being, one who gets, is in that highest level. Okay, they are all into above all these three guna. Above all this three guna is like Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Above all this is Krishna. But those who don't get entangled are all these Mahajans. So we need to just try not to get entangled. Maya will, make you to get diverted. But how firm steadfastness, sthira prajna, we saw it in second chapter. So, that those who don't get shaken by any of those sense organs pull you down. But then still I have a control. My mind and my intellectual, my intelligence, the soul, the self controls, not the sense organs controls you. That is where we can try. We don't know. But then always the practice helps. The trying is always going to help. So what is the difference between you and me? Difference between Krishna and us? Krishna's form is spiritual. Yes.
Ma'am, this Janaka is the negative character by which we celebrate Diwali or something, like there is a significance of him why we celebrate Diwali, because he was killed by someone. I don't know. I'm not getting the exact thing, but Janaka was the one.
No. This is Janaka Maharaja, Sita's father. But that one, Naraga Chaturthi, Naragasur.
Yeah,
You are talking about okay. Naragasur. So Bali, see, there are two, this one, Narakasur is like morning Deepavali when his Bhuma Devi's son also. But the Asura itself means like all Durguna only. So that Diwali is celebrated, that is for Janaka is Sita's father. That is a Mahajan. But Narakasur prays, while he gets liberated, while Krishna kills him, he says, okay, on that day, the day I am killed, I want everybody to have an oil bath. So you will see, in South India, we all have this on the Deepavali day before the sunrise. So Ganga says, I will be in that, and you take oil bath. It is a must, and all your So he takes that, blessings from Krishna. So that is Narakasur. Okay. So here Krishna's form is spiritual. Our form is temporary. So the gross body you are seeing, which has got the earth, water, we will be doing this also in detail, all this gross body and subtle body and the soul. So, so this is the covering of the soul. And here Krishna is the controller of Maya, but we are controlled by Maya. Do you see all these trigunas on the fourth picture? And what is this image, this on the side? Who is this?
Ma'am, bottom right hand side? Ma'am, it is
Anybody?
we who is controlled by Maya, like puppets.
Okay, yes, that is Maya on this bigger picture where Krishna is sitting and you send the chakra, Sudarshana chakra. Who is being killed there? Shishupal. When Rasuya Yagyam is made after all the Kurukshetra war, what happens is Krishna has a lot of patience. Okay, is one of the aunt's son only. Shishupal, what happens? That story is when he's in the fetus. They say it's like it's like a stone only. So they say that the one who touches, the one who is brahmachari touches, the child will get up. So everybody looking at each other. So Krishna comes and touches, and okay, Shishupal gets up. But that is also that one who touches, and if he gets alive, and so he will also be killed by that person. So Shishupal's mother, who is the aunt of Krishna, says, "You don't kill." So he says, "No, I will wait." 100 abuses. So he waits like 99 abuses. He keeps on abusing because Yudhishthira makes Krishna as the important person to be the chief guest and the most honorable person for that yajna. So Shishupal keeps on abusing Krishna. So the 100th abuses, Krishna sends the chakram. Okay, this is the one. Okay, the 11th shloka. Yes, Prabhu, you read, and I want somebody to read the translation. I just want all of you to have a little, service here. Although we'll be running short of time, but then still, yes.
Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathaiva bhajamyaham mama varta nuvartante manushyaha partha sarvashah.
Thank you so much. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. That is, the way we want, the way we surrender. So accordingly, it will be rewarded. Whatever purpose, the way we do it, what extent you do it, whatever you desire, not those material, small things, So like in Tirupati also, they say, Tirupati Balaji Srinivas Bhagavan is waiting. Somebody will ask something. Somebody is, so 1 lakh, 1 crore, this much I'm doing. It's all trade. It's all business. But then the way we worship is like, no, I desire you. I want you. I want your presence. So he knows, why are you asking for the 1 rupee coin when he's ready to give you crores, when he's going to give you the liberation. So the stone that we have, we need to know is it precious? Is it just a throwaway stone? So the way we have Krishna with us, he's all in all. When we know about that, when we have that knowledge, so I don't think it has to be a trade or a business. We keep on asking, it's like a barter. So the way we surrender, he rewards us accordingly. Whatever you have, he'll have, and whatever you require also, he knows. So he will give. We don't have to ask. That's the meaning. See the beautiful pictures and images, the way you want. You just surrender. That's it. You are with me. So in Navavidha Bhakti, you have like chanting, and there are examples also. Dasya Bhavana, like, Hanuman was always like that. And Sakha Bhavana is Arjuna was always like Sakha. And just worshipping for the sake of worshipping. So the way we want to, we can do it. Gopis were all in conjugal love. It was all love, prema bhakti. final is like prema bhakti, getting totally just leaving everything and running. So these gopis were all like that. They will leave the house, they will leave everything, whatever they had been doing when they hear the flute, and they will come rushing. So do you think their house people will not get angry or something? No, because in their forms, Krishna has already done all the work there. He keeps doing it also. So nobody comes to know that they are missing. The way Indra took away, Brahma took away all the gopis, Gopalas. They also do not know that he is Bhagavan. So that they realized, keeping in Brahma for one day here means 1 year there. And so Brahma kept all of them, but Krishna created with his external energy, internal potency, internal energy. We're all part of that only. External energy, all this environmental, internal energy, we are all part of his external energy. So the potential energy, what he has, his energy, he's energetic. Okay. So you can see these pictures, clearly images show that what bhavam, what expressions they have, it shows the way you want to. So the way you want to surrender, you will be rewarded accordingly. Still, why people worship devatas? So we all worship demigods, okay? So demigods are being worshipped for desire. There are 4 types, there are people who are in destitute, who really, in trouble and they want to worship. So then there are people who worship for because they desire. And there are people who are curious to know about Krishna. And there are people who are Gyanis. Apart from that, immediate, although in demigods also, how demigods give you immediate results, whatever you wish for, and you do the sacrifices. Why? Because Krishna sits. It's Krishna who is there. Like, Ganesh in Shiva Puranam, in Varaha Puranam, in Vishnu Puranam, it says, I am there to make them, to give those devotees whatever they wish for in this material world. Why? When at least by that, you will get attracted and go nearer. So going to Godhead, ultimate liberation is not what everybody is asking. I need to live here, so what do I do? So yes, 4.12.
Yes, ma'am. Kankshanta
Kankshanta.
कर्माणां सिद्धिं यज्जन्त इह देवतः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा.
So men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive world in this world, from fruitive work in this world. So I did this 108 coconut for Ganesha never asked for it, okay? But still, they are all given the bone to make the devotees go nearer. So it is also given by Krishna. So demigods we worship for different reasons. I need this, Indra, sun, God, Indra, for prosperity, for everything, So, okay, let me recite this shloka for this reason. That's how. So people do worship demigods. And then he has only created the 13th shloka, all those Chaturvarnyam. Okay, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashah Tasya Kartaram Api. So, okay, Prabhu, read. I just started.
Okay, ma'am. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaram api mam vidhi akartaram avyayam.
So 3 modes of material nature. You all know what it is. Work is ascribed. So it's not like Brahmana is by birth. It is all the 4 divisions. All the human society was also created by me. And although I'm the creator of the system, you should know that I'm at the non-doer, being unchangeable. I don't do anything. So Brahmanas are supposed to be reciting Vedas, learning, preaching, taking, being in austerity, worshipping. And then, Kshatriyas are to protect, and then Vaishyas are to do the business, Shudras are to do all the work. So we're all Shudras, basically. We do all the work. Okay, so, and once you do start doing the work for money, for in expectations for, then we are all Shudras. But then reciting and doing all the austerities, doing all the sacrifices, doing all the charity, that keeps going. So we do that work also, reading, explaining. Bhagavad Gita is one of the, the example that we are. So this Chatur Varnyam also is created by Krishna. And then the Brahmachari for 25 years and 50 years, till 50 years, Grahastha Ashrama, being in that, those ashramas are also created. Then 75 years, you totally, Vanaprastha, Vanam Aprastha, that is, you go to the Vana, do only tapas yajna. Kings have left all the wealth and prosperity and just gone to the Vana. And then the fourth one is 75 onwards, renunciation, detachment. But then being in the Grahastha Ashrama also, these can be followed. Okay. All these, what you have to do till 25 years, what you have to do till 50 years. So all these are also prescribed in our by Krishna. So 4 ashramas, 4 varnas, everything is created by him for having that society in a system.
The next sloka?
Yeah, please. Thank you. 14th.
Namam karmani limpanti name karma pahle sparsha iti mamayo bhijananati karma veera nase bodhayate.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of work. He doesn't have to do anything. But if he doesn't do, then we don't have anybody to follow. So that is why he did. He did it for us. So he doesn't have to, he doesn't get entangled. But then those who understand this truth about him also doesn't become entangled in the fruitive reactions, whatever you do. Like, so you see, he is ready for bhakta. First is, they are doing the the first one. What is that image? Sudhama. You remember Sudhama?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes. Sudhama was the closest friend, Balya Sneha. So then second one is Bhishma. Although he has promised that he will not take out any, he will not participate in the battle. But because Bhishma is asking, so he comes down to any level, he can break his promise, but then he cannot deny his devotees' wishes. Okay, so he is with all the living entities. Yes, Namambika, Nabhamita, sorry. Yes, you can read this. This is
Karmano hai api bodhayam ka vikramanah akramanasa ka bodhayam grahana karmano gati.
Yes. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is and what forbidden action is and what inaction is. See, these three are very important. Karma, that is why vikarma. That is, karma is action. Okay, forbidden action, vikarma. And inaction is that you don't do anything. Then nishkama karma is what we have to do. So when you see, whether it is the dog eater, Chandalan, that is to go to any extent, everybody is treated in the same way. That's what this image shows. So whatever you think of, whatever you, the vikarma and akarma, and these are very important terminology, action, and what is the forbidden action and what is inaction. So you cannot be a bystander. If something is going wrong, will you not be doing any action, or you are above then all this, then we are human beings. So what action is correct? Sakama Karma Yoga or Nishkama Karma Yoga. Sakama Karma Yoga with all those desires to be fulfilled with mode of passion. Then Nishkama Karma Yoga with the mode of goodness, that you do without any expectations. So of course we will not
How
be
can
doing
it
any
be possible to doing work without any expectations?
Very good. So without any expectations,
If I
as a
am
student,
preparing for any exams. So won't
No, for
don't
exams, see, that is what, there are two things. One is goal setting, and expectations of a particular action of like, I have to get A grade in this. But so that is a goal setting. Okay, that expectations you will have. But expectations, even if I don't get it, I still go with the flow. That is where you get the Nishkama Karma Yoga. So you do your karma. You as a student have to do the best. Okay. And you have set a goal that I have to get 80%. You have set a goal that I need to get a medical seat. But if that desire is not fulfilled, then it leads to lust, greed, anger. That is the gateway for the hell. That should not happen. So there's a very thin line. The way I said yesterday also for assertiveness and being firm, being determined, being focused. And there is a difference between being anger, annoyance. So that same way here also, Nishkama Karma Yoga, you keep doing your work. Okay. So what happens when you have one sort of a expectation, that is the desire, it is possible that we may not get. Okay, it is possible we may get. So those who are having that balanced position, equipoise, those who have the balance, whether I get it or not get it, I'm still balanced. That is what Krishna loves. That is what is the mental well-being. That is what is our mental health. That is what becomes closer to Krishna. That is just first day itself I said, IQ along with SQ and EQ is what is going to make you very healthy. Okay, spiritual quotient. And so that spiritual quotient, how do you acquire? You can get that spiritual quotient and emotional quotient only when we keep doing our prescribed duties as a student, as a daughter, as a sister, what I have to do, rather than asking for something. And if I'm not decided, like I don't have this, I need it, whether I like it or not, I need it. Then I get angry if I don't get it. So that sort of a thing should not happen. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
We will have a question and answer session. We'll keep moving. This is akarma. Why Narada has been given as a karma? He is not involved in anything, but he's still a big saint. He's a Deva Rishi. And if you hear what was he in the previous birth, he was having Uchishta, the prasadam of all those saints who come in Chaturmasya. His mother died, and then still he followed, and he just had those sadhu satsanga. He was with all those saints who came for Chaturmasya, and he was doing little devotional services to them. And whatever was left as prasadam, he was having that. So he was elevated to such a high level. If you read Narada's stories, his previous birth and how he became Devarishi, and he was the instrument for Prahlada, for Durva. So how he goes and explains and brings them into the proper line to get closer to Krishna is what we will see in Narada's character. So yes, Mataji, 34th shloka.
Tad vidi prani patena prani prasena sevana upadekshanati ye jnananas jnananas tattva darshana.
Very good. I request you all to get the book. I mean, this is the book, so you will get it as a along with your. I don't know about all that, but that link I will ask Pradesh Prabhu to put. I think you get it online also. Mangalore ISKCON Temple, if you order, you can get that. I mean, it's nothing to do with this, but then with the book, it's easier to keep chanting.
Yes.
Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master.
Ma'am, please can you help to guide how to meditate to
Sure, Mataji. Sure, I'll do that. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. We need to be very humble always. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. See, Krishna and Balrama, this is what you are seeing. With the Sandipini Rishi was their guru. They don't have to, like Rama had Vishwamitra, Vasishta, all of them as guru. So we need to have a spiritual master who can guide us. We just follow the spiritual master. We don't have so much of time to read the script, but there is somebody who can teach us, somebody who can, make us, give us that clue of how to
Yes.
hold, how to do this. So that is the reason why we need to have a spiritual master. And Krishna showed the path. He himself had a guru, and Sandipini Muni. Okay. Now, if you see the process of self-realization in Satyuga was like, meditation on Lord Vishnu. It was a very difficult task. We will, I think in Dhyana Yoga in chapter 6, we will read about all that. And Treta Yuga, performance of sacrifices. Okay, Dwapara Yuga, elaborate temple worship. But the best is Kali Yuga, very short, chanting holy Mahamantra. That is all. So we don't have to really go into so much in detail about it. But then Kali Yuga, chanting Mahamantra, Sankirtana, Yajna, that is also Yajna, tapas. So what we did in this chapter was parampara. We understood that there is a parampara. We need an acharya, we need a guru, and that is how we. So different Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, Shankaracharya. So different months, different philosophy, but everything. The goal is only one: attaining Goloka Vaikunta by liberating the soul, liberating and going and doing the devotional services there in Goloka and devotional services in Vaikunta. Vaikunta, Goloka, if you hear, that is without any, the pleasure and pain is the same. It's always a pleasure only. It's just a bliss. It's Sachidananda. Divine nature of Krishna, Divyam. We understood that he is imperishable, he is eternal, is no Adi, no Anta. And the one which the living entities have, like birth, old age, and disease or death, it is apart from, he's away from all this. All paths lead to Krishna. Karma, vikarma, karma, we understood. Attaining jnana through yajna, means of attaining jnana. We will the Navavidha Bhakti and all. We will also have. I'll try to post those slides there. And as I had been requesting you all, do not leave thinking that, oh, so much is being posted, but that's for your reference. Okay, Navavidha Bhakti. We have, I have made some slides with the examples. So I would really want you all to go through that, how we move on in this particular venture of being closer to Krishna. So first we begin with Shravana. We listen, okay? We keep listening. That's what we are all doing. So Shravanam, Sankirtanam, Smaranam. So we remember also, keep remembering. And with all our sense organs, we keep doing those activities which are for Krishna. Do Arati, do chant. I'm sitting in the Brahma Muhurta. I got up at 3. So 3 a.m. here. And of course, it's like now 5:30 a.m. But there it is, I think, 4:30 p.m. So the Brahma Muhurta time, as far as possible, you get up and you sit for a few minutes, 12, 13, 15, and then start doing. So chanting loudly helps you. You cannot just meditate on the impersonal form. We will be studying that also. Personal form, you need. Krishna says, I am in a personal form. He is in the form that you can look at, you can appreciate, you can admire, you can accept, and you can start, having the attachment to Krishna rather than the attachment to the material world. I need this, I need this. Why Arjuna was given this Bhagavad Gita and not anyone else? Do you know that?
What should we chant while chanting? Hare Krishna.
Very good. Hare Krishna. So this Mahamantra is this being given in Padma Puranam, Vishnu Puranam also, and we'll take it out. And when we do the 6th chapter, how this Mahamantra is related to your pranayama, your breathing techniques, that also will be explained. Okay, so that one Sitaraman Prabhu will created all that. So this Maha Mantra, how it is related to your Richaka, Puraka, inhalation, exhalation, and Kumbhaka, which is pranayama, the process of this pranayama, this Maha Mantra has got. So how we do it? Okay, this is ego. This one we will not hold on. I will show it to you tomorrow with the bag. And if Prajesh Prabhu has it, you can also show. And this is Krishna bead. So this bead you will not, you will just, have it here, but then that will not. So you will start using from here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is one full Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this you say it loudly, not very loud, but not that vibration, that moment, that vibration makes you to get that, goosebump once you start chanting. You start realizing, you start feeling, you start like, the other things around you is not in your memory. So if you see Prabhupada making everybody to dance around, everybody to just, raise a hand and keep that Maha Mantra and chant that Maha Mantra, you will see the whole world has started, dancing towards that tune. Why that happened? Because that vibration, this is the frontal lobe. Okay, so the frontal lobe gets those vibrations, and that is what makes your emotions very strong. So you don't get those emotions which is vikarma, which is not to be shown. Okay, so automatically this chanting Maha Mantra will make you to meditate. And we cannot meditate in the vacuum. Like, many philosophies talk about vacuum, energy, and it is just the energy, and that is the space. No, we need a personal form, because Krishna said, I am in the personal form. So he is in the form, he is not formless. So keep, this is what I do. And it depends, like, I do explain, oh, think about a beautiful flower, think about, why don't we think about, why don't we look at Krishna? That's why we have those deities, those photographs. Look at his eyes, look at him, and keep smiling, keep talking, keep interacting, keep linking. So there are many ways. So these ways will be explained more and more as we go along. And right now, see, every day we are doing 6 times japa, which means 108 in the 18th chapter, it will come to 108. But you can start chanting. These are all Tulsi beads. You can have neem beads also. You can have even crystal beads. And this one is like while walking, while sitting, not in a very crowded place, but then you don't need to go only to the puja room and do it. Okay, if it is Tulsi beads, not in the bathroom, but other beads, anywhere, anytime. The best is, of course, Brahma Muhurta time, which is early morning. At any time, any number of times you can do. Okay, we'll do a little more explanation about Mahamantra chanting while we do 6th chapter. Why 6th chapter? Because it's connected with the pranayama and dhyana yoga. So there, I will request one Prabhu to give more explanation on how many beads, how many mantras, how it is related to our holding the breath, and Richaka Puraka is inhalation, exhalation. Okay. So now it is question answer session. Any question, you can write it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Okay. Ritesh Srivastava Prabhu, it is well known that Ramayana happened in Treta Yuga and Mahabharata in Dwapara. Now, as per scriptures, Treta is about 1.2 million years and Dwapara about 8 lakhs. So you said that Mahabharata happened about approximately 5,000 years ago. So what is the time gap between Ramayana and Mahabharata? If we consider Ramayana in the end of the Treta, even though the difference would be 8 lakhs. Yes. Ritesh Prabhu, I would really request those 3 or 4 slides, sit and calculate. Okay. The answers will come, but I will write it and in the written part also. Why the gap and all. Okay. It's all calculations. We need to sit. I'm not very good in maths, but I will try to do it. We have been doing this. So I'll try to keep you updated about it. Keep the whole group, I mean. So Arjuna was not envious of Krishna and surrendered unto him. Beautiful. Okay. Siddhartha Prabhu. Arjuna was fully dedicated. So I asked why Arjuna was very good. So quick, there is a quick story in this. Arjuna, after all this war, he went to Dwaraka, and where Krishna was there, and then Rukmini Devi, that is Radha, is her internal potency, internal energy of love. Okay, so Rukmini was there, and she, the whole day Krishna and Arjuna spent time together, and the whole day. So she was like, God. Then at night she went to see them in the guest room, and she finds like Arjuna's feet near Krishna's cheek, so close. And then, she got very upset. She said, how dare he get? So she comes back, and then, she keeps quiet. But the next day she tells Krishna, are you going to sleep again with Arjuna again? I mean, this is too much. This is the pose, and this is not the correct thing. And you are Prabhu. So he says, okay, I will not go today. It is fine. I will not go. So he doesn't go. That day also, she is very curious, and she just goes, and then she hears a lot of sounds in the room. And she hears somebody speaking. So any guess? Any guess who was speaking there? Who was speaking? Any guess? She goes and sees that, from all his nerves, Krishna, Arjuna's nerves, so fully he is involved. Everything speaks. So now you understand whether it is leg or whether it is hand. So Krishna was not only his Sakha, his friend, but he was also a great devotee. So heart of heart he was. So the same way, Janabai story. Tomorrow I'll tell the Janabai story. Okay. Janabai was the Panduranga Vittala. Vittala is also Krishna. So this girl is a 5-year orphan, and she comes and stays with Prabhu. And then, so she does all the work. And when the poetry is being written, so he says, okay, she, those days they make the cow dung cakes, right, for fire fuel. So when she's doing it, and every day it is missing. And finally she says, like, all these are there in the neighbor house. So she goes and says, oh, Janabai says, she's a small girl, Janabai says, but she's a Krishna devotee. She says, so everything is taken, they have stolen it. The neighbors have stolen it. The neighbors get so angry, and they come and rush, and then they try to hit her. So she says, but I can prove, the whole village is there. She says, I can prove it. So how can he prove? They breaking Hare Krishna, breaking Hare Krishna, breaking Hare Krishna, because when she's drying up the cow dung cakes, it's like, she's been reciting only that mantra. So Krishna comes where the way you want, where you want, how much devotion you have, how much sacrifices you have done, sacrifices in your thoughts, feelings, actions also. Sacrifices doesn't mean that you have sacrificed, giving in charity. That is also there. Charity, austerity, everything goes on. But then sacrificing your wishes, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings of not hurting anybody. So those virtues we need to develop, because we need to purify our heart. Unless and until that purification is done, Krishna is not going to be inside. I mean, he is inside, but he's very stressed. So we need to clear that platform for him. Somebody comes to our house, and how much comforts we give. So that same way, he's in our heart. So how much comforts we need to give it to him. So Janabai and Narada, all these bhaktas, if you really think of, if you listen to those Bhakta Vijayam stories, and it's all in Kali Yuga, what they have cherished, what they have. So this Navavidha Bhakti, the way, the stages, the way it is done, the process and the stages, they're all there. We will post it, and we'll also explain. Okay, I'll stop here. But anybody, any question, if you have, please write to us anytime, and it will be addressed. Okay, be with us. And we hope that you all join in 11.2, where every shloka will have a detailed explanation. And even if you're not able to do the quiz this time, you can continue doing it. But then if you do the quiz, you will get the certificate. That is a small token of affection and love from Krishna, that you can think about it. And with with this, I will stop. Any question? Anything? So we have seen Vishada Yoga, we have seen Sankhya Yoga, we have seen the third chapter was what? Karma Yoga. And fourth is now we are trying to get into a little bit of Jnana Yoga, transcendental knowledge. Okay. So thank you so much. Prajesh Prabhu will start today 4. So 4 into 6 is 24 times we will chant today.
Yes, Mataji, actually in WhatsApp, like many devotees are asking like when they'll get the answers for the day 1 and day 2 questions.
Oh, okay, sure. I will send it to you. So
Okay.
Yesterday I just sat with the third one because third had 8 or 9 questions. And that was very important, little bit of psychological also. So today, right now it is morning for me. I have time. I will sit and send the first and second also. Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you. Will any question you have with the admin relation also, logistic, anything, you can just write it in the WhatsApp. It's always open. Okay. So many groups don't keep it open. Only the admins are allowed, but we have kept it open because we need that interactive session. So all these interactions will allow you to get into the deeper part. And any question related to Bhagavad Gita, you are welcome. Anything, regarding the book or chanting, but we need to chant. That is the beginning. That is why I said 6 every day, 108, we will come to the last day. Okay, the 18th day. That's not last day. This is all a beginning. Okay. Yes. Yes, start.
Meditation.
Okay. Bhagavatam classes are there as well. Yes. Yes, dear. Go to the ISKCON Mangaluru website and have a look at it. Namanishta Das Prabhu only is taking Bhagavatam classes these days. Isn't it, Prajesh Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
I'll send the link in the group for that.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Shri Chaitanya Manohesh. Start, Prabhu.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you everybody. Hare Krishna. So today we
Hare
did
Krishna.
chanting 24 times. I'm doing it with the fingers just for you to show for